President Trump nominates Tulsi Gabbard. Now let's get into it. Tulsi Gabbard, who has criticized American engagements abroad to serve as Director of National Intelligence, the former Democratic Congresswoman from Hawaii, has shifted her political allegiance in recent years, going from a candidate from the Democratic presidential nomination in 2020 to a stalwart Trump supporter and conservative media personality. Now, if confirmed for the role, Gabbard would oversee all 18 of the nation's intelligence agencies. In a statement Wednesday, Trump highlighted Gabbard's background as a former Democrat, saying she has a broad support from both political parties. Her political term means she's not likely to gain support from Democrats. I know Tulsi will bring the fearless spirit that has defined her illustrious career to our intelligence community, championing our constitutional rights and securing peace through strength, he said. Tulsi will make us all proud. In filling top posts, Trump has now chosen several figures better known for their loyalty to him than for their national security credentials. I'm not really sure about that. That includes his nomination on Tuesday of Pete Hegseth for the Secretary of Defense. Hegseth, a Fox News host and veteran of the Army National Guard, has been a vocal defender of Trump but has no senior military or national security experience. Gabbard was the first Hindu elected to the House of Representatives in 2012. Oh, she's Hindu. Okay, so when she was saying she was a person of color, okay, I'm not that politically inclined. I ain't gonna act like it. I'm learning like everybody else. But she also was a combat veteran. That I did know, so salute to her and all of our great servicemen and women. And a former lieutenant colonel in the Army Reserve. As director of the National Intelligence, Gabbard will play a leading role in helping shape Trump's international playbook. She comes to the job having already been critical of President Biden's response to the ongoing conflicts around the world. This administration has us facing multiple wars on multiple fronts in regions around the world and closer to the brink of nuclear war than we ever have seen before, she said while stumping for Trump at a campaign rally, adding it was one of the main reasons she was backing Trump this year. I'm confident that his first task will be to do the work to walk us back from the brink of war, she added. She has criticized Biden's support of Ukraine in its war against Russia. And as a member of the House, Gabbard was a vocal critic of the Obama administration intervention in the war in Syria. She drew backlash in 2017 for visiting with Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, who has been accused of a myriad of human right abuses throughout the war. Gabbard isn't the only Democrat turned Republican now in Trump's orbit. Hey, I'm one of them. My whole family's one of them. But he's gotten support from Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who as an independent in the presidential race before ultimately dropping out and endorsing Trump. Kennedy, who comes from a family with deep ties to the Democratic Party, has told NPR he is being considered for a role in Trump's administration focused on health policy. But Trump's pick of Gabbard comes as a part of a slew of recent staff picks, several of whom will join the administration having previously held elected office. All right, how do we feel about Tulsi? But here's a recent clip of her cooking on The View. I mean, absolutely cooking.
Joy appeared flustered and nervous, constantly interrupting and trying to get control over the conversation.
And you've been skeptical more than a lot of the Democrats about the impeachment inquiry. Were you surprised by what he did yesterday?
Well, look, the facts are important, and we'll get to that. I want to start with something that I think is also important about facts, because recently on your show here...
I was just going to get to that.
Good. Helping you out.
You want me to ask you a question?
Yeah. Joy is fully aware of what Tulsi is about to bring up. Notice how she's trying to take control of the conversation? Tulsi is not going to allow that to happen.
Look, some of you have accused me of being a traitor to my country, a Russian asset, a Trojan horse, or a useful idiot, I think was the term that you used, which basically means that I'm naive or lack intelligence to know what's going on.
Use that.
I want to let your viewers know exactly who I am.
All right.
Set the record straight. I am a patriot. I love our country. I am a strong and intelligent woman of color, and I have dedicated almost my entire adult life to protecting the safety, security, and the freedom of all Americans in this country. It was the attacks on 9/11.
I guess we're getting a little bit far ahead of ourselves, but Franklin Graham finds you refreshing. He doesn't find me refreshing. Richard Spencer, the white nationalist leader, says he could vote for you.
Joy, this is...
Dons, I'm going to join once I get these clips out, broski.
This is why I'm here.
Look how Joy is struggling right now, trying to avoid being called out. Do you see how she keeps trying to change the subject, trying to derail the conversation? Tulsi showed up to put Joy in her place.
Because you and other people continue to spread these innuendos that have nothing to do with who I am.
Well, Hillary Clinton started it, and then you shot back at her, boy.
Cool.
You called her the queen of warmongers.
You doubled down, unfortunately, you doubled down on the baseless accusations that she made that strikes at the core of who I am. I'm a soldier. Because of the attacks on 9/11, I enlisted in the military to go after and defeat and destroy the evil that visited us on that day. I've served now for over 16 years, deployed twice in the Middle East during the height of the war, where every single day I saw firsthand the terribly high human cost. That's why I ran for Congress.
We actually have the clip of Hillary Clinton, just to put this in context of what we're talking about. Let's take a look at that.
I'm not making any predictions, but I think they've got their eye on somebody who's currently in the Democratic primary and are grooming her to be the third-party candidate. She's a favorite of the Russians. They have a bunch of, sites and bots and other ways of supporting her so far. That's assuming Jill Stein will give it up, which she might not, because she's also a Russian asset.
Is it me, or does it seem like Hillary is always bringing up Russians? Anytime
Russian
she talks about someone that
asset
she
is
doesn't
crazy.
like, they have to be associated with the Russians. That's like her go-to line. Everyone who isn't on her side is a favorite of the Russians.
So
Really? I mean, this is outrageous. This is outrageous and offensive on so many levels. I've served as a member of Congress now for almost 7 years, receiving high-level national security and intelligence briefings, serving on the Foreign Affairs Committee, the Armed Services Committee, the Homeland Security Committee, working to ensure the safety and security of the people of this country. This is why I'm running for president, to continue that commitment of service.
are you surprised, though, that when people see bots and things and all the things that we've sort of been seeing heading your way, that people have these questions? Because she's not the only one. Hillary, I don't think, is the only one. So what she's saying is she feels they are grooming you. You're saying nobody's grooming me. I'm doing what I'm doing because I'm a soldier and a patriot.
It's offensive to me as a soldier, as an American, as a member of Congress, as a veteran, and frankly, as a woman, to be so demeaned in
you
such a
called
way.
her the personification of the rock.
So
She's a
demeaned in
woman,
such a
too.
way. Well, I'm pointing to the fact that she has continued this legacy of being the world's police around the world, that has waged wars costing the lives of thousands of my brothers and sisters in uniform.
me know what y'all
I'm speaking
think in
out
the
against
comments,
that
though.
What's your evidence of that?
to change.
Well,
Are you serious?
let's hear it.
Are you serious?
Let's hear it.
I served in the